So, we'll start the show. Obviously, Jesus Christ, I had sex this morning. I had sex this morning. I had sex yesterday morning too. And now that I've gotten your attention, like, you want to know what the first thing to come out of my mouth was after I had sex? Oh, babe, that was awesome. I'm going to go listen to Chantal Graviacic and I'm going to go dye my hair. And literally, that's what I did. That's what I did. Basking in the sexual afterglow to babe, that was mind-blowing. Time to dye the hair. You know what I mean? Nothing ruins a moment like that. So cool. It's better than when I met my current spouse, Rob, and I had sex with him on basically the first date. Like, where we went out for like supper and shit. And I did Tony Clifton impressions in bed. I don't know if it was to like mask some kind of like guilt I had for like having a second like marriage, like after like splitting up with my first marriage, or I don't know what it was, but I just got silly. And, you know, it might have been some edibles. It might not have been, who knows. But honestly, I started doing the Tony Clifton voice, and Rob, thank goodness, thought it was fucking hilarious. And there you go. Bing, bang, bong. And a baby was born, and they moved to Canada from America. And there we are. Much better than, you know, anything than you can think of. Pregnant on the Cinco de Mayo. That said, welcome to episode 100 of 21st Century Rocker Mom. With me, your absolutely obnoxious hostess with the mostest, Tanya Candler. I'm always here, hanging out with you. Just before I take my vacation, like I say, I got notes, just a little few notes these weeks, I'll tell you. I'm talking about, I've been listening to like Lizzo a lot this week. For the last couple weeks, Lizzo, not around my kids because like, I love Lizzo. She's born for stage, but she says fuck a lot, right? And she's all about, I'm going to sound like a hippie when I say this, but, you know, we're going back to the 90s. Look how I'm dressed. This is how I would dress when I played a K show. Wow. Like back in the 90s, like the 97, 98, I would have been in a black slip. I don't know a show, probably with most of the bands I played in, where at least one part of my outfit wasn't fucking underwear. Eat that, OnlyFans. Underwear back then. This was before OnlyFans. We're going to get to OnlyFans fucking later. We're not going to talk about that right now. Anyways, like I say, but listen to like girls like Lizzo, born for the stage, goddess. And Cardi B and things like this. Some WAP and things like that. And I know they sing about things like really like, honestly, we all need healthy sex. And that's why I opened the show with that. I had sex this morning because I did. And because we all need healthy sex, no matter what kind of sex you're having. That is uber important. So of course I want to talk about this 100th anniversary explosion of my podcast, because let's get hot, let's get crazy, let's go crazy. Why not? I'd say I've been listening to a lot of Lana Del Rey, but I can't around my kids because Lana Del Rey is a little bit of she's a hypocrite, in my opinion. I'm not going to say totally why. You know, I'll fill you in later on the hypocrisy that is Lana Del Rey. But like, just really, I still love her music. I will say that. But I've been like I say, I've been listening to Lizzo a lot lately. And if he don't love you anymore, just walk your fine ass out the door. That can go one of two ways. That can go both ways. If they don't love you anymore, just walk your fine ass out the door. Because seriously, baby, how you doing? Are you good as hell? I am good as hell. Like I'll say, I was talking about like Lizzo and the way she kind of like talks and she expresses herself. And really, it's like, I was talking about this to someone the other day, how our bodies really are sexual prisons for a lot of us. And they imprison us in a place where, you know, I'm all about free love and sexual freedom and doing whatever the hell you want. It's your body and your choice and your temple. And I am for like different strokes for different folks. I don't give a fuck what you do in the fucking bedroom because it's none of my fucking business. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I think it's all awesome. Like, congratulations. Congratulations. You came out on top. No pun intended. But really, seriously, I was talking about this thing and that that we really get, as people, we get sexually oppressed, I think, by not wanting to express ourselves the way that we want to, and getting into your older age. And I like hit 40. Like women, I think women and those that identify as such are at our peak now, and I know what that means to feel like a 16-year-old kid. It's crazy. So that's why I say, like, you know, be free with your body. Like, I mean, if you're not like married or whatever, whatever your bag is, whatever your relationship is, however your dynamic goes, be free with yourself. Have fun. We should all be doing that. So I was thinking about listening to Lizzo and stuff like that. It's all about, you know, sexual freedom, not fucking picking a fight with your body's chi, kind of just going into whatever you feel like. Like I say, what do I like? I love, in accordance to, like I was talking about Lizzo, I have this, you probably saw this if you are on my grooming page. Like, sometimes I'll just sing some early 90s R&B, like Lauryn Hill or something. I have this huge predilection towards late 80s, early 90s R&B, rap, hip hop, gangster rap. When Rob met me, he had no idea about this thing. It was Salt and Pepper and Wu-Tang and Ja Rule and Notorious B.I.G. and En Vogue and SWV and I could go on and on and on and on and on. Like, I'm obviously a metalhead through and through, but do you think that I don't like gangster rap and love metal? There's no way that those two can, like, not exist with each other, like, in the world of music. They have to. So this is why I love it. I was talking earlier about starting an OnlyFans because, you know what? Work is work. So I've been talking this over and over with Rob, and I was talking about, I don't know a lot about OnlyFans. The thing is, I'm, you know, older in the brain now, so I don't know what the hell fucking it totally entails. So I don't know if it's like completely like nudity, or just maybe I'm sitting here like this, playing ukulele, farting on a cake. I have no idea what OnlyFans is going to be like. But that said, as I have a sarsaparilla, I might just, you know, sit there and just play covers with the guitar just over my Pikachu and my boobs. Like, I don't give a shit. Who knows? Who knows? It will be some people. There's a large amount of my following that really like feet. I don't know. Maybe it'll be only feet. Oh God, could you imagine? Onlyfeet.com. Woo! That'd be a doozy. They pay 24 hours to put your camera on your feet all day, like under your desk, like while you work. You're just like typing away while your feet are there, just like bare, and they watch your feet and what you do with them all day long. And they pay good money for that. Trust me, I am your mother. Seriously, you like, really, trust me. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Oh, like I say, people are into what they're into. So we'll see what happens with the OnlyFans thing. I think it's funny, and I think it could potentially be really fun with music stuff and my general kind of weirdness involved. You'll see when you subscribe. You'll see. And but like one of my favorite kinds of pornography, speaking of OnlyFans, is lawn porn. I love when people cut the grass. Oh, seriously, it gives me a lady boner, like big time. I love when the grass is cut. I love cutting grass my own self. I love doing the weed whacker. I love the edger. I love everything about the grass in general. And then when Rob cut the grass, I'm like, woo, yeah. So, but we cut the grass. If I could cut it every 2 days, I would. But like, I don't have the strength to do it, right? Like my dad totally like was that person. And that's where I totally get it from. It's coming from an honest place, right from my dad. I just love to cut the grass, but I can't bug Rob to do it every 2 days because I'm a crazy grass perfectionist. So, and I can't cut it anymore because seizures. For now, and then they'll go away and I'll be fine and I'll be able to cut the grass again because it's what I like to do. There's these gentlemen on my street and they cut their grass every fucking 2 days. Their lawn is like pristine. It's the nicest lawn on the street. It's fucking crazy. And then the people beside us on the other side, on this side of our house, they have something that I call Torture Tuesday. They come like I'll have a lawn company, bring this like literally like British tank in to cut the lawn, and they start at 7 o'clock in the morning every Tuesday. I call it Torture Tuesday. Oh, I honestly, like, I could understand 8 o'clock, but 7, I'm like, really? You're gonna start cutting the lawn like right now? Like, I'm doing things downstairs. Like, I don't want to be disturbed by this noise. Just noise pollution screwing up my day. I'm like, I'm trying to like make orange juice for the kids or something, and I can't do shit because I've got Johnny Two-Tone back cutting the lawn with a fucking crazy tractor that like he stands on. It's nuts. And let me tell you, he doesn't do a good job. You do better with like a mower that you push yourself. Like, really, he misses so many places. No good, no good. So the lawn porn over there is not good, but my lawn looks just fine. I'm happy with that. Oh my God, I have to laugh because the other day, I'm looking at my notes and I can just see what my point, like, jot form is. And the other day, Rob went to go get the kids snacks because he went to go get me Impossible Whoppers at Burger King because they're vegan and I can have them and whatever. And it's like a junk food, like it's a treat for me. So Rob's like, do you want something? It's like a Friday night or whatever. I'm like, yeah. And so he brings back things for the kids and he brings back this like box and it's like got a chicken on it. And I call it a little cock box because it had like chicken fries. So of course the kids thought they were the best fucking thing ever. I couldn't have it because the vegan thing, I don't eat meat. But the kids thought they were the funnest thing ever. They looked like the funnest thing ever. They smelled like the funnest thing ever. So it was fun. Brought back like cheeseburgers for the kids and everything like that. They made them disappear in 2 seconds. It was what most growing kids do at home. Oh my God. This week, I have to get a drink because this week was crazy. Crazy, honestly. This week was bananas. I had to go to Etobicoke, like close to Toronto, to get an electroencephalogram, an EEG on my head. And I was terrified because at first I thought they were going to put needles on my head and do all kinds of crazy stuff to me. And, I was going to be sitting in the laboratory like that poor bat that Robin Williams plays off Fern Gully. Oh, fuck! I thought I was in for it. But, I was actually fine. Except they put this conductor gel on your head that has the same consistency as, I'm just gonna say it because it's my fucking podcast and I don't give a fuck, jizz. It feels like they put jizz on your head to like stick these little cups on your head. So when I left, like after like I fell asleep on the fucking table for an hour because it's quiet in there. She's like, oh, why don't you just like meditate for a bit? I was like, okay. And she's like, it's better if you fall asleep. And I was just like, okay. And she's just like, for sure. I fell asleep. What else would I fucking do? So she woke me up and then she took the shit off my head. When I came out, I looked like one of those exotic birds off National Geographic. So I tried to make it better in the car while we were driving home, but nothing could make it better. I combed it and then I ended up looking like Janine off Ghostbusters. Of course, Rob's pissing himself. Like, just pissing himself. He thinks it's so funny how my hair looks. I had to go into a store like that, and then so I had to like, they know me in the store, so I had to explain what was going on. I'm like, yeah, I had a brain test today, so we don't know. So I'll get those results this week. We'll see what's going on with my fucking brain. Not a good look for my hair, though. We went past this road called Valhalla. It said, I was like, oh, to Valhalla, because we had to turn down it. And I thought it was funny. No one else in the car saw my sense of humor, but I thought it was funny. Anyways, no, I've been doing all kinds of things, working on schooling because working on schooling to put out new things, but I just put out something new at the beer company. I'll talk about that in Beards and Bitchin', but I'm not doing it in this episode. I'm doing them separate just for you on the YouTube, where you can find me at. What I am talking about is, speaking of like jizz on your head, like the fact that, and just like that, I talked about this on my reels, and just like that, I don't know what's going on with not being able to say the word jizz and not being able to say the word and vagina. Like, these words are just like, I don't think they faze me at all because I've heard them so much in my life. If my kids said them, I'd probably die. But and just like that, Carrie Bradshaw, like this, podcast extraordinaire, she couldn't say vagina on air. She just wouldn't say it. It was in her ad copy. She refused to read it. She's like, I will not say the word vagina on air. But like in that previous episode that I just watched, while she was sitting at lunch with Charlotte and friends, the word jizz popped out of her mouth like she was fucking producing jizz. Like, oh my God. She said it so many times. I wish I drank. And I wish I made a drinking game out of it so I could be drunk in the first 20 minutes of the Sex and the City reboot. So if you watch that, oh my God, so funny. So funny. Oh my God. So Rob's built me a new recording studio in it so I can record in it. Like I've been playing a lot of piano more daily. So that's been my like core instrument. I still slap on the bass, but like really what's been going on lately, to be perfectly honest, is when I'm writing and composing, because I'm not just writing for myself, my own album, I'm writing for other people too and doing remixy things and all that kind of fun stuff. And I found a drummer friend, so I'm good to do that, and I'm excited. And it's nice to be creative on the piano daily, but I can just kind of like plug and go, you know what I mean? It's recording for me at where my brain is. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and it does the job. It sounds wonderful. So, and just like that, I'm recording. Crazy. My memory's garbage. Like my memory is absolutely garbage. It's so bad. So it's good to think that I have these programs and I can record and lay down tracks. I'm just good. I did not forget, however, to not celebrate Canada Day because I didn't. You might have noticed I didn't put anything Canada Day on my page. I didn't put anything about Canada Day. We just don't celebrate genocide in my household. I'd rather do something else like, not good. Ben and Jerry's ice cream got caught flack. Like it caught major flack for saying that our home is on stolen land. So people were saying boycott ice cream. Almost as bad as what they called the Bud Light fiasco. Oh, a fiasco, a crisis. A crisis to me is war, or like a crisis to me is poverty. A crisis to me is homelessness. And it's not rainbow colors on beer or a trans person drinking it. So if your beef is with Bud Light, holy fuck. There are more crises in the world for you to focus on. Don't focus on the beer crisis because it doesn't exist. It's like the Ben and Jerry's crisis. They want to boycott your beer and they want to boycott ice cream. Oh my goodness gracious. Why don't you just let them take away all your fun and all your freedom? Holy smokes. You're not doing yourself any favors by boycotting fucking anything. What should be boycotted is that fucking attitude. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. What can I say? Their internet can be a weird place. I saw like videos of Kid Rock shooting off cans of Bud Light and bitching about how he never drank that fucking beer in his life, but he still serves it in his restaurant. It's on his menu right now. Right now. Kid Rock is full of fucking shit rock. I'd rather put shit in my hands and fucking clap than go to Kid Rock's restaurant. Fuck him. He's a hypocrite, which is funny. That's why I think cancel culture is so stupid. It's not punk rock. It's not rock and roll. It's just not what you do. You don't fucking cancel things. You talk about them until you talk them out. No, you don't fucking just cancel something. That's gotten rid of a lot of jobs. I think it's totally fucking irresponsible. It's not fucking cool to punk out like that and be uncool and just cancel something. That said, I'm doing punk rock flea market in town. I'm excited about that. With some of my favorite vending pals, I'm excited to sell all the products for your grooming, for your skin, for your hair, for your lotion, for your legs, for your armpits, for everything, for every one of your 2,000 parts. I will be there for you to smell everything that I got going down. That's what's going on. Like, what can I say? With things as it is, like I say, we got to be more punk rock about things. Maybe if we had more open and honest conversations about things like sex and religion and politics and Star Wars versus Star Trek, and we were more open to talk about sexuality and like having like just a polite conversation. Like, remember debate class in high school and how you had to be civil to each other? Like when you had an argument, like back and forth on a subject. I remember those days. My question is, why and how can we not have these politically, like, really non-heated conversations? Why do they have to be amped up all the time? Not everything has to be a presidential debate. Why and how does a person drinking beer or something of the like affect you? A lot of people say that they sit there and they say that they're a great Christian and they wish death upon people they've never met for someone that they love or somehow that they are. I just find it really strange. Like, I feel it's 2023. I feel like it's time to grow up and read up and get educated because, you know what? You're boycotting fun. If you're boycotting beer and ice cream, you're boycotting fun. I understand people don't want their products and their politics mixed together. But you know what? It's 2023 and it's gonna happen. That's the way the world's going, whether you fucking like it or not. I don't give a shit what your fucking background is. That's the way things are going. A lot of people are mixing their products with politics. Can I say I blame them? Yes or no? I can't say either way what I do. Like, it's up to whoever does it to do it. It's personal choice. That's what's so cool about freedom. That's cool. Just don't cancel fun. Like, just seriously, don't cancel ice cream. How can you sit there and be like a great Christian when you wish death on the queer community? It's ridiculous. Like I say, even when I came out at 40 as pansexual, which falls into the queer community, I took flack. I lost followers. I got hate shit. I got comments about my company. I'm not going to repeat it, but I got all kinds of it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Don't drink it. But boycotting something, how very Matrix-like. If you're all that conspiracy theory and stuff, how very Matrix-like. Do you believe in having your freedom? Why the fuck would you boycott anything? If you want freedom, let things just flow as they are. That's what freedom is. You have the freedom to quit drawing borders around things because borders are a human thing. They're human made. There aren't lines in the sand. There aren't lines in the dirt but where you need to be. Borders are imagined, in my opinion. Humbly at least. And like I say, you want to get more freedom? Give more freedom. Be more lenient. Be more free. It's not about your personal freedom. It's about time we look at each other's freedom, like other people's freedom too. You know what I mean? Why is one person more valuable than another? I really want you to sit there and ask yourself, like, sit with this and think about it. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately and sitting with my thoughts and emotions lately, because that's what you do. Counting to 10 before I post something. It was actually initiated by one of my bearded brothers. We had a chat one day, because I was flipping off. And going balls to the wall about something being homophobic. I don't have to name who it was. He helped me and he kind of talked me down off the rafters because regular Tanya fashion, some homophobe is about to get fucking blasted. However, he helped me. I'm meditating daily, and you all know I've been following and observing Buddhism since I was a kid. And sometimes we stumble because we're human, and it don't matter if you stumble. It's what you do when you get up and how you get back up. So there's a masterclass calm series I've been taking with LeBron James, and it's like about managing your emotions and like focusing your emotions and things like that, and your energy and things like that, and keeping your eye on the prize and kind of things, and keeping yourself forward. It's just a really good podcast, and it'll put you to sleep though, because his voice is it's like maple syrup. It's just so smooth. It's beautiful. He has a great voice. I think we all should take one deep collective breath of marijuana. And I think we'd all be a little kinder. Honestly, seriously, we need to all just take a second and breathe. Because the world's fucking suffocating, and so are you. Like I say, so breathe. Breathe in some marijuana. You know, I'm an advocate for marijuana and cannabis legalization. And that was Rob's question of the week, I guess. He's asking me a question of the week. Why did I only take a little bit of marijuana before this episode? Because it's legal? Because the doctor said it was a good idea? I kind of take his prescribed procedures. That's why I took a little marijuana before the show. There you go. Anyways, now I want to have a hamburger, but it's made out of vegan burger stuff. Anyways, I'm joking. But like I say, I've always been for cannabis legalization and things like that, and microdosing with mushrooms. I don't do it personally. but I'm all for it because I know it's really good for cluster headaches and depression and things like that. I'm for like the experimental therapies, like with the MDMA therapy and things of that kind of that caliber. I think it's an interesting thing. I think if Big Pharma gets their hands on it, we're going to be in big fucking trouble because it's going to be watered down shit like they did with that chemotherapy medication. And that happened in my city. Again, I can't tell you why my city's so fucked up. Like I say, speaking of breathing, it's nearing vacation season time for me. So I might be disappearing for a few weeks, just for a little while. We'll see. Much time needed with family and lots of work. Actually, I'm working, so I won't be completely on vacation. But I'm doing a lot of day trips, so no time. That's why episode 100 is so fucking awesome. That's what I'm going to say to you. That's all. Aquarium. We're going to the aquarium. We're going to this castle thing. We're going to my uncle's. We're going fishing. It's like near my dad's house and stuff like that. So it's going to be good stuff. It's going to be, out on the water. It's all been good. We've had good. It's going to be a good vacation. It's already started actually as a good vacation. So vacation, everything's going to get mailed out as usual. And but it's a stay vacation with day trips, which is amazing. It's good. Going to lots of places. Niagara Falls. All the places. Speaking of disappearing, there is a man who's been missing. The pastor of Hillsong Church, I believe his name was Carl Lentz, had been missing for like 2 years. And then, because he was like the pastor of that Hillsong Church that Justin Bieber went to. I did an entire episode on it. You probably didn't miss that. You probably did miss that. Go the fuck back and look at the episode about like going to church, like I believe or something. I think I'm in like a church auditorium. I don't know. Click on it. It's fun. Anyways, I'll tell you, he disappeared after there was a controversy with the church that, first of all, he was like a hip young pastor. Everything's supposed to be hip and cool, and they're kind of liberal, really, for a church. Very liberal, like very, very liberal. And found out, first and foremost, there was like sexual abuse going on in the church. He cheated on his wife. Like, it just got worse and worse. And then you found out really like soon that the original founders of this church, this wasn't his own thing. The original founders are these super alt-right conservative people that are anti-abortion, that are anti-gay, that are pro-gun. They're a little extreme, a lot extreme if you ask me. It's just really crazy that they're anti like having choice. Like why are you anti-abortion? Like, but like pro-gun. Like why don't you just be pro everything? Who cares? Like, just make sure if you're a gun owner, you're a responsible gun owner. Like, if you're having an abortion, there's a reason. Whatever. Don't do it as birth control. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't be silly with things. Just, it makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. So, like I say, this stuff was like super rooted in alternative right, like major alt-right extremism. So a lot of people were really like upset with this church when they found out what it was rooted in, because they were not thinking it was this rock and roll hip church, and they were down with everything, and they found out the wrong way that no, this guy was like married with 3 kids and he's like cheating on them. It's like Ashley Madison style. Not good. Sexual assault, cheats on the wife. I can't trust you. And remember 2 weeks ago I just said London, my city, was Murderville. Do you remember that? I said it was the murder capital, like all the places. There's a book about it called Murder City. London is Murderville. And like I say, we just had our 4th homicide of the year, which, pointed out to me by a dear friend, is actually a win for London, because usually around this time we'd be between 12 and 15 right now. Maybe 18 in July? Yeah, that's where we'd be right now in early-ish July. That's where we'd be in London, Ontario, because we're fucking the murder capital of everywhere. Everybody dies here. So there you go. It's a win for London. And this isn't counting deaths by accident or like things that are under suspicious, aka not investigated, because they're like homeless or something. Deaths. I hate to say it, but that's what it's like everywhere. Like, they don't get investigated if there's no family to contact and stuff like that. It is a cruel world we live in. I will say that. And London's fucking disgraceful in that way, and the way we treat people that are economically struggling. I don't know about your city, but London's bad for that. Our homeless population is growing. They don't have anywhere to go. And so many rich fucking assholes complaining about tents and homeless people being eyesores and shit like that. And you all voted for Ford and it shows. Fuck off. If you voted for Ford, get the fuck out of here. He's ruined healthcare. He's ruined education. He's lined the pockets of his rich buddies. He gives tax breaks to the elite and the rich. Only. Is that you? Do you make over 200K a year? Like, he fucks anyone who doesn't make at least 200K a year, personally. I'm not talking a family income. I'm talking, like, by yourself. Can you make that a year? I don't know. If you're going to sit here and tell me, because someone tried, that Doug Ford has done anything great for my province of Ontario, I'm going to tell you you're a fucking idiot and you're going to lose every time. Because he's been the worst fucking thing ever. And if you're going to sit here and tell me that, you're probably a rich white guy. But really old, too. So you probably don't watch this podcast. So you may not get this at all. You might have a wrinkly, white, rich male ass. And that might be your demographic. But it's not fucking mine. Because those are the only people who are going to fucking benefit from Doug Ford doing anything in this fucking province. And speaking of only and people benefiting from OnlyFans, like I say, a rather large part of my audience really likes feet. It's crazy. However, I get DMs like every day offering money for all kinds of shit. So let me tell you this. My prices are based on my talent, not your budget. I'm going to put that out there right now. And I'm being dead serious. I mean that with everything in my eternal soul. I mean that with everything. My business, my life, everything. I don't know, like I said, maybe metal covers naked. I don't know. I think it'd be funny. I think it's amazing. I can go on my heavy metal rant. I went on a heavy metal rant on a bunch of girls. We were sitting around one night having a barbecue and we were talking about metal. And I said, so I was like listening and playing a lot of metal at the time. I was getting tired of it because I wasn't playing anything else. I play everything now, so I don't get tired, obviously. And I said, metal, fuck, I'm so sick of people singing songs about fucking things that are not even fucking real, and dragons and fucking far off places and shit, and fucking all the like trolls and fucking elves and shit and fucking castles and I'm like, and they stopped me in my rant and they said, Tanya, and I said, yeah, they're like, castles are real. I sat there and I thought to myself, oh yeah, castles are real. It was my angriest rant ever and I was wrong. I was dead wrong and castles are real. But, you know, I was getting mad about, you know, songs like Tenacious D would sing or something like that. Because that's what I was like playing at the time and I was really like not happy with having to play that fast all the time. So I was like just not happy. I love listening to it, but playing it is hard. Playing it's hard. That's probably why like my main jam was right now is like fucking piano and like a Tori Amos kind of setup, kind of like on both sides so I can do that. And a microphone on both sides and a keyboard on one side, a piano on the other side, and other little things like a drum machine and stuff near me so I can kind of do everything, right? You know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun because I obviously, like I say, I'm recording and I'm writing for others people as well as writing for myself. So that always like takes time. And of course, like the album for myself is coming along like swimmingly. I'm just making like scratch tracks. And of course, Rob did something for me so it's easier for me to record like the scratch tracks because I like to do everything and see how it sounds like and put 24 or 30 tracks over it. Like I'm kind of nuts about that. So like drum tracks is just one track. You've got so many more tracks to do things with. So I put everything on top of it. Jingle bells, everything. You name it, it's on there. Tambourine, put it on there. Flute, I don't give a fuck. I'm a late bloomer, and so it's slow. Expect perfection, though, because I could shit in my hands and clap and shit out an album. But I don't want to do that. I want to put out something that's good and that you'll appreciate and I'll appreciate and feel good about releasing. And releasing to you. Because after, like, all these colonoscopies that I've had, I'm telling you, I still have some dignity left. Oh my God, after 2 colonoscopies, a C-section, having my second birth filmed, like, it was filmed, like, start to finish. Like, it's probably on the internet somewhere. Still, somehow, I've managed to, like, hold on to, like, a shred of my dignity somehow, even though, like, a camera's been up my ass a million times. And really, I have no shame. Life's too goddamn short to have any shame. Why would you have any shame? Who gives a shit? Really? It's a medical test. When it comes down to it, come on. To shame yourself, to should on yourself, shooting on yourself. Shooting on yourself is when you tell yourself, oh, you should have done this, or you should have done that, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. You come down hard on yourself. It's not good for you. Shooting on yourself is like a psychology-based thing here. Like I'm talking complete physical and mental psychology. You should not, like I say, you cannot, rather, should on yourself and tell yourself you should have done this or you should have done that. It'll come. It's okay. Stop holding guilt about where or what or who you should be, like right now. Just be who you are and just be here right now. That's all you can kind of do right now. Shoulding all over yourself, I know what it sounds like. Shoulding all over yourself is going to murder your spirit. And inevitably, that's what we are. People are spirit and we're energy, and you don't need to negatize yours with all that bull crap. You don't need that shit at all. Like, there's no need. The stress doesn't have to belong to you, my friends. I'm telling you. If it's like if someone were to give you something, do you have to accept it and say yes? Or like, even if it's like a gift, like maybe it's a gift to the other person, but to you, it's a fucking curse. Do you have to accept it and say yes because it's a gift? Or can you like exercise your right and fight for your right to party and just say no? Do you have to be kind, like, and rewind? Or do you have to take the gift? Or do you have to take it? No, you don't. You don't have to take the gift. You don't have to say yes. You don't have to accept it. So if someone tries to give you something that you don't want, don't fucking take it. And until we meet next time, my friends, I will say this. Be kind, rewind. Obviously, it's the 90s, and you know where to catch me. You know where I am on my socials. I am always on the gram, Instagram, the gram cracker, Instagram. I'm at 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me there. You can find me at the Grooming Company too. You know where that is. It's up in my link tree at the top of my profile thing, my bio. It's up there. You can find me on TikTok at 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me on YouTube at Tandy Candler Channel. I'm there. Like I just said, go to the link in my bio, like the link tree on Instagram, and just click it, and you can find everything you need there. Subscribe on YouTube, and you'll never miss a damn thing. And with this crazy lady, you know where to catch me. Like I say, I'm always around. Check me out. Check out the socials. I want you to have the most bestest week possible. Seriously, I love you. Thank you for coming out and being part of episode 100, because I'm friggin' excited. I'm going to go eat a vegan burger. Let's fucking go. Woo! Bless. I will see you on the flip-flop. I love you. Until next time, we're out.